You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button.
Rolling along our coverage from SEC Football Media Days, Radio Row. Our coverage all week presented by Parish Construction and Roofing, also Rev Business and Relief Windows. Pleasure to be joined by LSU junior tight end Mason Taylor. How are you, man?
Good. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. We're talking to you now kind of as the day has wrapped up. I'm curious, usually when you come to something like this and you end up talking, you've been talking now for like 3.5 hours, you probably get peppered with a lot of the same stuff. What's the thing that you got hit with the most today?
I'd say just offense questions, filling in the holes of production. I think that's been a huge question today. Just the loss of production from 2 first-rounders leaving and how we respond to that.
Yeah, man. Let me ask, I think your progression through 3 years has been pretty fascinating because Brian Kelly has this reputation of pumping tight ends into the NFL, right? I don't know if you know this, but in his 10 years at Notre Dame, he pumped as many tight ends into the NFL draft as LSU did from 1981 to now.
That's crazy.
So I mean, it's like walk me through though your progression, because when you signed, you were like 220. Is that about right?
Yeah, like 230. Yeah,
maybe around there. So walk me through how you've continued to build yourself physically from when you signed to now.
I think the biggest thing is just having open ears and taking coaching. I think people of the profession know what's best for you. So the coming in, the coaches, the strength staff, the nutrition staff, all of them, like just listening and kind of taking in all those tips and pointers. Like if you really apply yourself to what they're telling you, you'll become successful. And that's something I did early. I was just open. They know more than me. I'm going to listen to them. And just taking that coaching and learning from it is what made me the man today.
What about physically? Like how big are you now?
I'm 255 right now.
So you went from 225, 230 to you've gained 25, 30 pounds over these 3 years. Do you feel like you're ready to be like an NFL, like a physically ready to be an NFL tight end?
I think so. And it just every single year you gain that strength and that weight and that maturity. So it's just a process. And I think with time coming, that's definitely the plan.
Let's talk about health. Like your freshman year, you had a shoulder, right? Was that coming in? You had a shoulder deal, or did it happen during your freshman year?
I had a slight one in high school. I don't think it was the same shoulder though, but I think my freshman year, around like the first couple games, it was bothering me. Didn't think too much about it. Finished out the season, and then after the season, we figured out I had a torn labrum. But it didn't stop. It didn't It didn't. I just put a brace on it and play with it. It didn't stop me from playing any games or anything like that. As long as it stayed in, it was fine.
So. A pretty good year as a freshman. I mean, you had one of the best receiving years for a tight end in history doing it as a freshman. Sure. What about last year? How'd you feel physically last year?
I felt good. Other than the little ankle sprain I had that tweaked me up a little bit, it was fine. But I fit a role in our offense where we needed it to be. I think we found something we did really good at, which was throwing to our 2 first-rounders. And as long as we're successful, I'm fine with that. So I fit my role in the offense. I'm helping wherever I need to help. Yeah. And we were really successful doing it.
What about going into this year, where obviously Brian Kelly talked to us about like why you're here. And I mean, look, Will Campbell isn't, right? But he's like, people know Will Campbell, and people need to know Mason Smith and why, or excuse me, Mason Taylor. Yeah. Everyone's going to keep doing that. Mason Taylor and why he's such a big part of what we do. So when you look at how your role may evolve this year at LSU, like, does it, like, I guess the question I'm asking is, does your role change, like, within the offense with Joe Sloan, with not having the dynamic of Jaden's running ability? Does your role change?
I think I need to be, I need to gain the trust of my quarterback and offensive coordinator. I think filling in those roles and taking those opportunities to make those plays, I need to prove to them that I can, so I can be one of those guys that fill in those holes. And I think I'm capable of doing it. I keep working hard and keep developing through fall camp and really show that I can fill these holes.
Love it, man. So, did I see your sister is committed to LSU now, or signed? Yep. What sport's she playing?
Beach volleyball.
So she'll be here in the fall?
In August, yeah.
How about that, man? Like, is your family just like total purple and gold now?
Yeah. I think a lot of people from South Florida are now. My family, friends. I was telling them earlier, I have people that go to Florida State, go to Florida, like all my friends, and they wore LSU merch more than they do their own merch. So
do you get any grief at home?
I don't think so. I think everyone loves LSU, so it's definitely I'm kind of bleed purple and gold around my parts of town back in Florida, and they love it.
And your dad is on staff though at Miami.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I mean, do you ever sneak him like a purple and gold shirt, a hat?
Oh yeah, he loves to steal my gear, and I don't get much, so he loves to take it. And I think they had a picture of him coaching one of the games because he's a defensive line coach at University of Miami. He has a LSU bracelet on as he's on the field coaching, and that's just who he is. He loves to support me and my brother, so that's just the type of guy he is.
A couple more minutes here with Mason Taylor, Radio Row, SEC Football Media Days. Of course, everybody. It was interesting. I talked to Harold Perkins a little while ago, and I brought up the Arkansas game and how as a freshman he had this incredible game. Well, like same thing for you with the 2-point conversion. Like Mason, like a lot of players will go their entire careers never have a moment like that, right?
Yes,
that forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Like whenever you're old and gray and you come back to Baton Rouge, people are going to tell you, "I remember where I was when you caught that ball."
Sure.
Like, do you look at that as a defining moment, or how do you think about like building on something like that happened? It was such a giant moment of success so early in your career.
No, yeah, that was definitely awesome to have my freshman year. I think that really gave me enough confidence to play it through that season, and that really helps you build your confidence, is knowing that you can make plays like that, and just knowing you're able and capable of doing that makes you evolve as a player, and I think it makes you a better player.
What was it like being on the field after the field storming?
It was insane. I think it took me – the field's 100 yards, well, 120 if you count the end zones or whatever. But I think it took me maybe 15, 20 minutes to get back to the locker room. So it was actually ridiculous. But it was a great, surreal moment for sure.
What do you think about the opener against SC in Las Vegas when you have a big game like that you know you're starting the season with a big game? Now, you've done it 3 years now. But does it channel your preparation in the offseason knowing that game is there to start?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we love big games here at LSU, and I think that's one of the things we look forward to. In fall camp, we know we gotta push each other to start fast, and once we do that and stick to our process, we'll be successful.
I know they're giving me the rap because you got to go eat medium rare. How do you get your steak?
Medium rare.
That's a good man.
Yep.
That is the only answer.
Yep.
Mason Taylor, junior tight end at LSU. Thanks for the time, man. Good luck this season.
Sir.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.